Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? Yours truly, Mr. J Woods here. AKA Hey Jay. And I'm at the crib, it's Vibrations, the podcast. Usually it's all about we're gonna have fun, we're gonna turn up, we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna talk about that. But this episode is gonna be a little different. Nah, I ain't gonna say it's a little different. It's some shit I just wanted to get off my chest. You know what I mean? It's been a shitty 2020. But it's been a extremely shitty last 10 days. So if you're watching this video right now, usually in my crib it's all colorful and got the lights and it's a whole little vibration in here. But tonight I got the lights on. I'm not really drinking no real alcohol. I think for tonight, because we're gonna talk, I want to do a little wine. I'm going to drink a little wine, Pour me a little wine. It's going to be a long show. Go ahead and pour me some wine. Yeah, let me pour. Do you hear me? Pour. I still got my hookah. And we're just going to chop it up a little bit. Sit that right there. So, first and foremost, I hope y'all had a good week. First thing I want to do is take a moment to send out the prayers and condolences to everyone that we have lost in the last week, 2 weeks. From the people in the protests getting killed in Kenosha or in Portland, to Jacob Floyd being shot 7 times in the back, to losing the Black Panther. Come on. 2020 can suck my dick. I don't know if I should probably say that. Fuck. 2020 can suck my dick. To losing John Thompson, to losing Lou Olson, to losing Uncle Cliff Robinson. 2020 has been trash. But as we go into September, that means we are officially in the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter of 2020, and it's on us to push forward, to make it work, to finish strong. Let's just get, finish out the year strong. Everybody who's going through some things as far as finances and financials, listen, just finish strong. That's all I can say right now is to go through the tape. All my track people know, run through the tape. You run through the tape. You run through the damn tape. Now, let's start with the Black Panther situation. A lot of people was joking, there was memes and things of that nature when they seen the last interview that Chadwick did with the 42 hat on. How he was like, oh man, he's losing a lot of weight. That man filmed 9 movies. 9 movies while battling cancer. 9 movies. And it wasn't just like regular movies. These were movies where, he had to be a little active. So if that's not a superhero, I don't know what the hell is. Yeah, excuse me. This wine is all right. Put me up on game. I'm drinking wine and shit. Now goddamn it, I'm getting old. But yeah, so and I feel like with them still supposed to be filming, Black Panther 2 or any of the Avengers movies and things of that nature, This is just my personal uh my personal desire, I should say, as far as the movie goes. I do not think that they should try to recast T'Challa. No. Let's figure out a way to, do a memorial for him. But we're talking about the Avengers. Not only are we talking about the Avengers, we're talking about Wakanda, where they have the technology to heal people and things of that nature. I'm talking about in the movies. They have the technology to heal people, and then the Infinity Stones can bring people back to life and things of that nature. So this is what I would like to see, is they do a memorial for T'Challa, maybe towards the beginning of the movie, and then they figure out, find a way to use an Infinity Stone or use the technology to bring back Killmonger, bring back Michael B. Jordan, and figure out a way to make him like a good guy. Because if you think about it, for my comic folks, my Marvel folks, remember Bucky was fucked up. Bucky was fucked up. He was fucked up in the head. He was killing people. The little words made him snap. He fucked up Captain America. And they had him trapped. And they was working on him and fixing him and getting his arms and shit back right and getting his mind right. They could do something similar to my dog, Michael B. My hookah ain't really hitting like it's supposed to be hitting. I need to hire me a hookah assistant. I need a hookah girl. But yeah, so I feel like that's something that they could do. If you haven't seen any of the movies that Chadwick did, or some of the other movies outside of like the Avengers and the Marvel movies and things of that nature, 21 Bridges was actually a really dope movie. I really enjoyed 21 Bridges. 42 was really good with Jackie Robinson. Quick story. The reason why I like Jackie Robinson is because Jackie Robinson played a major factor in my college that I went to, Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida. Because at the time when he was going through training camp and things in Florida, a lot of the hotels wouldn't allow him to stay in the hotel, Jackie Robinson to stay in the hotel. And so the founder of my school, Mary McLeod Bethune, which is, at HBCU, she say, Playboy, you ain't got to worry about staying with them folk. You ain't got to stay with them folk in that hotel. Come on to the campus. We're gonna set you up a dorm, set you up a room on the campus. You're going to sleep comfortably. You ain't got to worry about nobody running up on you because they know not in their step foot on this HBCU. So you got a good place to stay, sleep, get some good rest, and go out there and bust their ass on that baseball field. So that's really why I was like, damn, I really like this movie 42. You know what I'm saying? If you've never, anybody who in my Bethune-Cookman alum, shout out. We got the Jackie Robinson Stadium in Daytona Beach. So, I really like 42. But 21 Bridges was really good. James Brown was dope, especially for the culture, for the music, for the history. And I mean, Thurgood Marshall. Like my dog played real life heroes he was a hero in every movie. He wasn't just Black Panther hero. He was a civil rights hero, segregation hero. He was a cop hero, like a rock and roll hero. That's crazy. So shout out to all my people from South Carolina too. He's from right down the way, Anderson, South Carolina. Jano Truth. Respect, he went to school out there in that city, and he knows the family and things like that. So my prayers and condolences. And big shout out to John Thompson and John Thompson's family. Without John Thompson, the Allen Iverson story wouldn't be the Allen Iverson story. You see what I'm saying? Without John Thompson, the Patrick Ewing story wouldn't be the Patrick Ewing story. Without John Thompson, the Alonzo Mourning story wouldn't be the Alonzo Mourning story. Or even the Dikembe Mutombo, the no finger. None of that. We wouldn't have none of that type of influence in sports without John Thompson and the Georgetown Hoyas. For my people from the DMV, quick little story that I read up about. Didn't know much about it. I'm not from the DMV area, but shout out to the DMV. Big time drug dealer in DC. Big time drug dealer. Rayford Edmonds? Rayford Edmonds. Big drug dealers in the 80s in DC. Running the streets. Cocaine cowboy. Currently serving life in prison. Was a big fan of the Georgetown Hoyas. And he would come sit courtside at the games with him and his crew, his entourage. And, some of the players, they started to be friends with him, started to be cool with him. You the big boy, you the dope boy in the city. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a nice car, you got the nice girls, you got the money. You got the NBA lifestyle without being in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And I read a story that John Thompson was like, yo, get the word out to Mr. Edmonds. Come see me. I want to holler at him. Come see me in my office. So he came to see him in his office. Now, granted, Rayford Edmonds was big drug dealer. Niggas is scared of him. You know what I'm saying? They scared of him. He pulled him in the office and was like, Playboy, stop fucking with my players. Especially stop fucking with Alonzo Mourning. And you would think, as this big dope boy, you know what I'm saying? That, a lot of people are intimidated by him. But John Thompson's like, bro, you can't do it. Not him, not them, not my players. Do your thing, but not my players. And out of respect for John Thompson and out of respect for the Georgetown Hoyas and the players, he was like, cool. He fell back and left Alonzo Mourning alone. And now we get, you know what I'm saying? Look who Zoe turned out to be. Like, that just is a testament to how strong John Thompson, who was a DC native, how strong he was in the city, how strong he was for them kids. Not to mention, 97% of his players graduated. Let me say that again. 97% of his players graduated. He coached life. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a basketball coach. He was a life coach. So, prayers. So as I say, 2020 can suck my dick. I knew 2020 was going to be bad when we lost Kobe Bryant at the beginning of the year. But I knew it was going to be really bad when we lost Kobe Bryant on my birthday. Kobe Bryant passed away on my birthday. So, January 26, 2020, there was no post about J-Day. There was no post about, oh, it's my birthday, I'm 30-something years old, or it's my day, turn up. No, I didn't post, none of that. My birthday was canceled. I can't listen. We're going to cancel my birthday this year in remembrance of the Black Mamba. Then we get a hurricane. Fucking hurricane in North Carolina. I mean, not a hurricane, an earthquake. You hear that shaking shit? That's the sound of an earthquake in North Carolina. We got all these protests and all these things. But you know what? We can finish out 2020 strong if we hit them polls and vote. We can vote. And we can finish the year out strong. So, quick recap, man. Like I said, I'm not going to be here long. We're not going to talk long. Prayers to anybody who's lost somebody during 2020. Anybody who's dealing with the struggles, especially with this nut-ass pandemic. With the finances. Just finish strong. Finish 2020 strong. Get out and vote. And let's get ready to get 2021 on the right path. If you don't know, you guys can go to my website right now, MrJWoods.com. Again, MrJWoods.com, MrJaywoods.com. To see these videos, to see my podcast videos. I have something really big coming out in the fall. Go get a recap. Last week, we talked about 90s culture, 90s TV, 90s movies, 90s music, with a special guest who's very involved in the 90s culture. So go check that out. You know, we had a debate, Pam or Gina. Whew, goddamn Pam. Prior to that, we had a conversation with a 2-time felon who became a business owner, a 2-time felon who became an instructor, a 2-time felon who became a father, a 2-time felon who became a life coach. So you go check that out. And we talked about some nasty shit. And you know what? I wasn't going to talk about this. Not this episode. But you know what? I'm going to wait. Next episode, I'm going to touch on this WAP shit and tell you how there's something better than WAP. From a man's perspective, and maybe even a woman's perspective, there is something better than that WAP. It's yours truly, Mr. J Woods, man. It's Vibrations, the podcast. Make sure you click the link in my bio on Instagram at Mr. J Woods 1. So you can see the videos. You can listen to these on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, you name it, I'm there. Or you can get over to my website and watch the video. Follow me on Instagram. I'll follow back. And if you're on the YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go ahead and keep on sipping this. Hold on, one more time. One more. It's bougie ass wine. And smoke my hookah. It's Vibrations, the podcast, all right?